Alright pal, it's time for my League 2 predictions. I'm going to go from 24th to 1st. I'll save you a bit of time. Bradford will win the league. That's a massive troll, by the way. Not a chance, but I'll start off with 24th position. This club last season finished just outside the playoffs. This is a massive surprise shock for me. And a bit of a controversial one, but I'm going to stick it out there. Club finished outside the playoffs last season. They've lost a massive asset in a manager last season, Pete Wild. So 24th is Barrow. I mean, the last time that they were without Pete Wild, they finished 22nd above, like, I think were it Macclesfield and Stevenage at the time or something like that. But yeah, I think that Barrow was just going to be with the around the club, with the fact that they actually missed out on the playoffs and they were 5th and 6th all season, and in the last two games they actually dropped out of the playoffs, and I think that can hurt sometimes. And I know that they've lost Ben Whitfield, so 24th position for me is Barrow. The second team would get relegated in 23rd position. This team got absolutely battered by Bradford at end of the season, and they were on such a poor run. They've lost a manager who were a long-serving manager for the club, and it's just they're losing players to rival clubs in this league. And my 23rd position is a club that I think will genuinely struggle and go down next season. That is Accrington Stanley. 22nd position, I've gone for a club that always finish around that mix, but I have high expectations, and it's not Bradford. It's a club that always tell you pre-season, we're going to finish 7th, we're going to finish in top 7, and we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and they always end up in the bottom 4 or bottom 3 or whatever. They just survived by the skin of the teeth last season. This team, I don't think they've improved much on paper or anything, but my team to finish in 22nd is good old Grimsby Town. 21st position, a club that poor owners run the club, and they've brought in a manager for the 3rd time at this club. They signed 15 players in one day. Good old Jan Songo. Back at the helm, and everyone keeps mentioning all these 15 players, and they'll always mention like Luke Hendry from Bradford. Luke Hendry from Bradford was shite. So yeah, that's just a bit of a rant. But yeah, I think Morecambe will finish in 21st position. 20th position for me is going to be a club that I've just got a new manager. They sacked the manager at the end of the season, or really poor at the end of the season. Got a brand new manager in. I don't think he speaks. They've got him from a different country. I don't know if he can speak the lingo or anything, but it's hard enough to speak Welsh anyway, isn't it? But yeah, I think 20th position, Newport County. 19th position, this club were in League 1 last season and got relegated, and if they'd have kept all the players, I'd have put them in top 7, but they've lost the majority of the team, and they've got a new manager in, and I'm going to go for 19th, Cheltenham Town. The fans aren't right confident either, from what I've seen, so going on their expectation, I'm going to put in the lowest of the League 1 clubs that got relegated, Cheltenham Town. 18th position, gone for a club that are poorly ran, a bit like Bradford, but always should be expecting to be in that top 7 or around there. They should be nowhere near the bottom as a club. Been in the Premier League before. They've signed Harry Smith from Sutton, and I think he'll get the goals to keep him up. If it weren't for Jake Young and Dan Kemp last season, they would have probably got relegated at the start of this, from the run at the start of the season. So I'm going to go in 18th position, Swindon Town. In 17th, I'm going for a team that got promoted last season. And, fair play. Got a manager who's in Andy Woodman that is really good, Woodman, sorry. Really good. He's gotten promoted into the EFL for the first time, and I think that Bromley will be the team that they'll stay up comfortably. So 17th position, Bromley. 16th, I've gone for a team that I don't know why the bookies are putting them up there. It's because of the name. They struggled last season, and they've got a new manager in. They've lost key players in Matt Smith, Elliot Watt, and Callum Hendry. And I just think Salford they'll do a little bit better next season, but I think they'll finish 16th. 15th position. Last season, this team were near the bottom, and they got a new manager, and they kept up the league. And this club also got Mark Hughes the chop. So 15th position, I'm going for Tranmere Rovers. 14th position, a team that overachieve at this level every season, and they actually do play good football. Everyone expects them to be in bottom two at the beginning of the season, including myself. But every year that they lose a good player, like Luke Armstrong, Alex Patterson, they always still manage to get up there, and I think that's credit to the relationship between dad and son, in Nicky and Simon Weaver, and I think Harrogate will do the same again next season. They'll finish 14th for me. In 13th position, I've gone for a club that got relegated last season. I don't know what's going on with the ownership there. I do think that they'll just they've come down and they'll get a mid-table finish. They've lost the striker Jaden Stockley to a rival club in this league in Port Vale. So 13th position, I'm going for Fleetwood Town. In 12th position, I'm going for a club that is supposed to be in the top 7 every season, or, well, expects to be. Delusional people, anyway. Poorly ran club, and the signings that they brought in on paper don't fill me with any excitement. And it's Bradford. It's Bradford. I mean, we were told on the 26th of June that we're going to pay and buy players and this, that and other. Our ambition is to bring in a Notts County defender, and they conceded the most goals in this last season in this league. I think they did anyway, between them and Gillingham. But yeah, we brought in Anthony Sarcevic from Stockport. We've brought in Ian Baldwin from Notts County and let Matty Platt go. Matty Platt even turned around and says, I've gone to Notts County because I believe this club can get further than Bradford. Just says it all, doesn't it? I mean, 12th position, sorry. Don't have any confidence going into the next season whatsoever. Prove me wrong, though. Prove me wrong, because I am not confident for next season. And do you know what? Before we go on to the next club, I don't blame any managers anymore, like Graham Alexander or Mark Hughes or anyone. We've had managers that have been capable. It's just shit from top to bottom at that club. I'm not confident whatsoever. The first game of the season is next Saturday. I am not confident whatsoever. I know you shouldn't be saying that at the beginning of the season, but we've been fed lies and lies and lies by these people, and it's about time action we're done about them, because Eddie Wright, I will spend money. I will get this club, not Eddie Wright, it's Stefan Rupp. I will get this club up next season. Yeah, I don't think you will, mate. I don't think you will. You just enjoy riding your little silly cars in Germany, you fucking gimp. But anyway, 11th position. I'm going for a club that was playoff runners-up last season, and they've lost a few players like Elliot Nevitt, and I think they've got Courtney Baker Richardson or whatever his name is. 11th position, Crewe. 10th position, I'm going for a team that was near the bottom last season, but have invested quite well. They've brought in Jack Payne. Bit of a controversial one, I must say, because they ran badly as well. But they've brought in players, Jack Payne, Lyle Taylor, and I think Colchester will have a lot better season next season, and I think they'll finish 10th. Ninth position, a club that could be easily in the top 7th as well. I'm going for Johnny Jackson's Wimbledon. I did say that I didn't rate him as a manager. Well, do you know what? I thought he did quite well last season. So, yeah, 9th position for Wimbledon. 8th position, I'm going for a club that I thought were one of the best teams that I saw last season. So I'm going on my own experience. I thought they played some good football. They've lost a player in Isaac Hutchinson, but I do think that Walsall will finish 8th. Right, time for the playoffs. 7th position for me is a club that came up with Wrexham, and they were last season they were scoring a shitload of goals and they were conceding a load of goals as well. But if they did stop that conceding of goals, they'd have been well up there. But I'm going for Notts County in 7th position. I think Stuart Maynard isn't the man for them, really, but I don't think he's at that level. But they've lost Macaulay Langstaff. They will still score goals in David McGoldrick. But they've sorted the defensive problem out as well. So I do think now that they've got that problem solved, Notts County will finish in 7th. In 6th position, I've got Carlisle United, and I did have them in 4th originally, but no, I'm going for 6th position. They've got a lot of players that are similar to each other up front. I mean, Luke Armstrong and Charlie Wycombe are like the same player. I don't think the midfield is as strong as when it was last in League One, but do you know what? I think with Carlisle, they had a good season when they'd already been relegated, so they got some good results anyway. I mean, I think they battered Peterborough and Bolton last season, but the Bolton game were earlier on in this season. They've lost Jordan Gibson. I don't think that matters too much. Got Callum Guy in there. He's quality. But I think the last time they were in League Two, they had Owen Moxon. Oh, wait, they did because he ripped us a new one. So 6th position, I'm going for Carlisle United. In 5th position, who have I got? I've got the Gills. I've got Gillingham. And the reason for that is last season they struggled to score goals. They'll probably get a few more this season, but they've got Mark Bonner in there, and he's a decent-ish manager. The only team that I know that is managed is, well, to a decent standard, is Cambridge United when he got promoted. He knows this league, and they've signed some more crucial players in Elliot Nevitt, and I think they signed Jack Nolan from Accrington Stanley. So 5th position for the Gills. I think they've sort that attacking scoring goals. I think they only scored 46 goals last season, so they do need to improve, and I think they will next season. 4th position, this club came up from the National League and got a great manager in Paul Cook. They've just got Will Grigg and Paddy Madden up front, but I do think Paddy Madden is injured at the start of the season. I think they'll finish 4th because as good as they are going forward, I don't know what I saw last season. Their back 4 did concede a few goals as well. I mean, I think even Dawkins scored 3 goals against him, so it could be we'll score more goals than you, and I think that might catch him out. I mean, I think the 3 teams above them are a lot better. Well, not a lot better, but I think they're better equipped at this level. So 4th position, Cheltenham. 3rd position, I'm going for a club that had a really good end to the season. Last season, won 10 games in a row. They were in the playoffs, and they failed to accrue. I don't know how they did that after winning 2-0 and then losing in the second leg. But I'm going for... And do you know what? I like what the manager, Grant McCann's done. He's come out and said, I want players that want to win this league. That is the actual spirit that you need. So I'm going for third position Doncaster. In second position, I'm going for a team that we play next week. I would have put this team to win the league, but I think losing Max Dean is, with losing Max Dean, they brought in money, but they've recruited really well. Mike Williamson's a good manager. I would have put them top of the league, but I think that the other club that I have put in top I think they're stronger equipped, and but that's on who I put as champions. They brought in, I think they put in Luke Offord from Crewe. Brought some decent players and Cape Brands. Mike Williamson knows what he's doing. This team were ninth after Graham Alexander left, and he's just pushed them. He pushed them up to fourth. I think losing 8-1 in the playoffs were a bit of a shambles, to be honest. Well, it was a shambles, but I think second position for Milton Keynes Dolans. And top of the league for me, club that got relegated last season. Strongest out of the 4 teams, I think. And they've brought in some good League 2 players. Ryan Crosdale, Jayden Stockley, Port Vale as my champions. I know people say that they don't have belief in Darren Moore, but, when has it gone on in the past, where I believe things can change, can't they? I think Darren Moore will win the league with Port Vale this season. My playoff predictions, I've gone for, let's have a look. I need to go back onto this. So, Chesterfield versus Notts County. I think Notts County will win that. And Gillingham versus Carlisle. And I think Carlisle will win that. Now, I think the playoff final will be between Notts County and Carlisle United. And I think Paul Simpson fails. And I think that Notts County will go up. I think that things that will happen this season for Bradford, here's my predictions. Harrogate will get 6 points off of us. Carlisle United will beat us at their place. We'll be 18 for a while, and then we'll just pop up out of nowhere and get mid-table. Now, fuck that, we're going to win league. 100 points, Gary Boyd, remember that chant? 7 years later, we're still here. Right, anyway, let me know in the comments your predictions, and see you soon.